folks, welcome back to Digital DNA. This is Team Startacus and we're joined by Lucy from Bookaxe.
Hello.
Lucy, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks for having me.
Is this the first time you've been in Belfast?
It is, yeah. I'm a newbie.
A newbie in Belfast. Right, we'll have you saying some phrases by the end of the week.
Oh goodness, please don't, not on camera.
So, Bookaxe, really from an interesting point of view, tell us the basics about Bookaxe. What are you doing?
So, Bookaxe is a book discovery platform. And what we do is use machine learning techniques to make really precise reading recommendations and also to directly connect like-minded readers in a way that's completely unique in our industry. And in turn, what that does is allow us to provide information to publishers that allows them to validate their markets and a market research channel to truly understand who they're going after and reach them the best ways possible for the first time.
Awesome. So comparing yourself to someone like Amazon, I'm assuming Amazon basically, everyone rates the books, but you don't know whether they're the same type of person as yourself. Would that be fair?
Yeah, so one of the issues that we think that there is around discovering books at the moment is that it doesn't matter how many people say a book is good, it matters who says a book is good.
Okay.
So that you could have 1 million ratings for a single book on Amazon, but unless you know whether the people who are saying it has 5 stars think the same as you, it could still not really be the book for you. So what we do is look really at the content of novels, what's inside them, not what's on the jacket, in order to give you great recommendations, but then also put you directly in touch with people who think the same way as you about books, so that you can find things that you'll really love that way.
Right, happy days.
So you got on this, how? I believe you're an author, so it was from your own knowing the mistakes that other people made, sort of?
Exactly. So I have had 2 books published by Quercus, who are owned by Hachette, which is the world's largest publisher. And it was really my frustrations around the way my books were marketed. It's sort of into very broad channels without really truly understanding who the market would be, because they truly don't understand really who buys the books. That is why Bookaxe was born. Because once the books are in the shops, it's very hard to know for the publishers who has actually bought them, and then once they've been bought, who's enjoying them and why they're enjoying them or why they aren't really. So it leads to many books being marketed in very, very similar ways in order to catch as many people as possible.
Yeah, it's like a lot of books are bought that sit on a shelf and they're never read, and it becomes a statistic that was read.
Yeah, you don't, and they don't know that. So it's really about sort of getting down to the nitty-gritty of what's inside the book and letting readers know that before they get there. Because so many books are published, more than 500,000 in the UK and US combined every single year, and that's not even including self-published books, that's just traditionally published books. So it's an overwhelming amount of choice for people to not really know what they're going to get. So we're aiming to solve a problem really for both readers and publishers, to help the readers understand what they're going to get, but also, if they're getting things they love, they come back and it helps the publishers increase their sales. So that's the plan.
So in terms of like where you're at the moment then, what obviously, how big is your community? How are you monetizing it as well?
So we, the first very basic website went live in September last year, and we've been sort of continually developing and improving ever since. The apps went live in March. We now have more than 8,500 fully registered users. That's in addition to our casual users. They're from 97 countries.
March?
Since the previous September. They're from 97 countries across the world, so it's truly global. And we're now starting to talk to the publishers, which is how we will monetize it. So for users, it's completely free. And then we take the information that we learn about what people are reading and really enjoying, and we create sort of bespoke book packages for the publishers, which is how we will make our money.
That's what I was going to say. I'm assuming, that you would go to publishers and say, we can give you better analytics, information, you'll find your audience going forward. And will they use your platform to market out as well?
They can have that opportunity to do that, because we will be able to tell exactly who it is that is engaging with their books. And one thing that the publishers that can do, which is proving really interesting at the moment, is use it to test their covers and the copy that they use around it before they get to publication. So we can put that on our site.
Yeah.
You can put 2 versions of a cover on, you can put 2 versions of the copy on, and then we can say this group of people respond to this version, this group respond to this version, and help them really sort of zone in on what it is that is going to make their books sell to the right people.
Yeah, so you're honing their...
Yeah, we're helping them hone their pitch, amongst other things. But
you mentioned as well before there, because I had previously chatted to you, that it's the element of like the responsibility for parents and stuff, not knowing what's in a book. So that's probably a very key factor.
One of the things that we try to do is really let people know what they're going to get inside the book. So, for example, there are quite a lot of groups of sort of we behind the scenes split it up a little bit into different clusters of types of reader, and there's one particular type, who is very put off by violence or swearing or anything explicit, and they don't want to get that in their books. But they don't know necessarily till they've bought it whether they're going to have them. So it's that sort of thing that we can do, and it definitely does have value for sort of the younger readers and perhaps parents of teenagers knowing whether the books that their kids are going to be reading are age appropriate. That is something that we certainly have the potential to do. And it's just really helping people understand about the content of the novels, not sort of cutting through the marketing spiel and the hype.
It's literally don't be judging the book by the cover.
Yes, it is absolutely about. There's our new tagline.
Get that tag. Oh, sorry, get that tagline. Do you know what I was going to say as well? Is like, without getting too technical, so I'm not a technical person at all. In terms of machine learning, is it basically taking word for word what's in the book and then understanding the context behind it then?
No. Well, yes and no, I guess. Okay. So when you join Bookaxe, you tell us what types of books you like, but typically you'd be asked questions like, do you like a thriller, or do you like contemporary fiction or literary fiction? But these terms are really not descriptive. So we ask you questions like, are you put off by violence, or do you like a fast-paced story, or do you like developing characters? And we use this information to make the recommendations. And then also when our readers have read a book and they go back and they put it on their bookshelves afterwards, we say to them, did you think that this had a lot of swearing and violence in, or did you think this was more about plot or more about characters? So the users are populating the data about the books, and the more we get, the more accurate picture we can build up about what's inside it. And when we make a recommendation then to the readers, it's based on all this information, and they'll tell us whether that recommendation was right or if we didn't quite get it right, and then we're learning how to make better recommendations for that specific person.
So a big book club sort of thing where they inform what the next book could be like.
Community plays a big part in it, because we also directly match like-minded readers. So it's not just about us telling you we think you like these books. We're saying we think you'll like these people too, because they have very similar taste based on the information you've given us. So you can then go look at their bookcases and find information that way. So it is about creating a community, and you could call it a book club, because that's one way.
How would you engage that community? So how do you get to the consumer or something?
Social media has been our main way to meet them so far, to bring them in. So we're pretty active across every social media channel that you could think of, and there's big book communities on all of them already. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. There are existing big book communities that is just about us going to make friends with and go, hi, we're here, we can help you get books that are better suited to your taste.
So I'm assuming once you've got them and they're engaged, you're not going to lose them that much. So.
No, I think we have got pretty active community. The people that we have got so far are definitely coming back, and they're engaging and they're growing. And you're not going to get everyone every time, but we think we're doing a good job of getting people to come back and engage in the community. And we do sort of buddy reads, we call them, on the site. So we have chat forums where we say, we're going to read this book this week, and you can come talk to us as you do it. And it gets people to keep coming back and engaging. And you can follow other people's bookcases as well. So you say, okay, well, this person's got a really good match score to mine. They're really like-minded. I like what's on their bookcase. I'm going to follow their bookcase. And we tell you then when they've added a new book or they've written a new review. You can post video reviews as well, so you can go back and see how they're developing and get your recommendation and build relationships with other readers that way. So that's what's getting people to keep coming back.
So, final question really quickly. What would you want to get out of the next couple of days, or what are you looking to do as a start at the moment? Are you looking for investment, mentors, support? What are you doing?
All of the above, really. I think ultimately we're at a point where we are starting to look for investment now.
Yeah.
We've done everything without investment so
Yeah.
far, and in order to keep
Yeah.
doing things, we would like to get investment. But also we are interested in getting knowledge as well that will
Yeah.
help us move to the next level. We're not all about just taking the money and run.
Yeah.
We want to get better. We want to meet
Yeah.
people who can help us get better, and I guess just share ideas really.
Yeah.
So we're here for a little bit of all of that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Lucy.
Thanks
It's been
for
great
having
chatting. And obviously, we'll enjoy the next couple of days, and hopefully, we can help you out and signpost you a few people as well.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.